Hey everybody, Damo here, Charter Collection Fishing Charters, bringing you another top catch bait and tackle fishing report on a beautiful, calm, yes calm, believe it or not, a beautiful calm Saturday morning here at Gulf Harbour Marina, the home of snapper fishing in the Hauraki Gulf. And just behind me you'll see, somewhere back there she is, Diversity is on her way out again. With a good crew, and they're going to be fishing out in the middle of the Gulf today, and an area sort of northeast of the Noises that has been particularly good. There's been a number of pretty nice snapper through there. The average size is pretty good, not having to throw too many small ones back during the day. And of course, as we do, this has been done on the drift, and of course drifting allows you to use all modern methods of fishing. Rather than just plonking a bait up and down, we can use soft baits and jigs, slow jigs, knife jigs, fork jigs and spoon jigs. And of course all this makes for a very interesting day when it comes to snapper fishing, especially when you're using a bit of lighter line like 4 and 8 and 10 pound braid and such. So this particular area is about 40 metres deep. There's reasonable tide flow out there today, and also reasonable conditions. The conditions out there lately have been absolutely atrocious, and on one particular occasion there we had about 45 knots and we were fishing in it, and honestly it's not that pleasant. So the day before we had off, and we've been waiting for this improvement in the weather, so it looks like this weekend is going to be pretty workable all weekend. Met Service are saying it's going to be up and down here and there, but I wouldn't take too much notice of that. The other areas that have been working quite well is the Tiri Kawau line, so anywhere between sort of Tiri and Kawau and Wongaproa and Kawau, all through there has been pretty good. I know some of the longliners have been in there and having a lot of success. Again, pretty good sized fish. It's all typical for this time of the year. Some of our local guys here at Wongaproa have also been doing very well along our local coast, the Wongaproa Peninsula, the northern side, and out in the middle of Whangaproa Bay, the Bay of Whales, as it's aptly called, and a variety of different stuff there again too. So basically what I tell anybody joining us for the day is to bring whatever you need to do, bring whatever you need to take to get the job done. So if you have a soft bait rod and a jig rod and a bait rod, then bring them all. It's no problem. Bring it all. We don't care. In fact, we encourage it. We encourage the use of modern fishing techniques. Now, a lot of slimy mackerel starting to show up, a lot of pilchards around the area, and this of course means when there's a lot of feed, there's a lot of predatory fish. And these predatory fish, like your barracuda and kingfish and large kahawai, are chasing down all this bait, and they in turn can actually make pretty good baits for larger fish too. So small fish gets eaten by bigger fish, and bigger fish gets eaten by even bigger fish. Probably the best thing to do is try and keep them as fresh as you can on board. So in small boats, bucket of water, and a larger boat like Diversity, we can throw it in the bait tank, 600 litres worth of water, and keep those puppies alive and as fresh as best you can. That way, when you are using those live baits or those baits as a fresh bait, they will bleed, and this is what the fish love. The fish love the scent and the struggle and the kick of a live bait, and the fish has a lateral line. So this is the line you see down their sides. The lateral line on the fish picks up a lot of vibration and stuff in the water. So you put down a live bait that's twitching and kicking and stuff like that, and those fish will immediately want to come in and monster that puppy straight away. So keep that in mind. Take your sabiki rigs with you. Do not discard your slimies, because they are absolutely a fantastic bait. They're well known as snapper candy. And make sure you use those to the best of your advantage if other things aren't working, of course. It's very hard sometimes to turn away from something that is working and try something new, especially if you've had a bit of a slower day, but I do recommend those fresh baits as being a very, very good way to fish at this time of year. The other things that have been working very well, Shimano Trigger X, I caught my first fish on those last week, so I was pretty stoked about that. And on recent trips, a couple of the sample packs we've been given have been absolutely monstered, so it looks like these are going to be a pretty successful bait. The Gulp Nemesis, again, I think is the best gulp they have ever produced, and with its massive tail, it's got a fantastic action. Also this week and last two, the Candy Apple Green and the Jitterbug and the Pink, again our two favourite jitterbugs, have been going very well. Also I see on the interwebs that there is been a few fish caught on the leopard jitterbug as well, so that's also very encouraging. Haven't caught one of those yet, but then again I keep going to the Pink and the Candy Apple Green, so no real need to do so. The sun is beaming, the ship is steaming, the fish will be biting, and it's another beautiful day here in the Hauraki Gulf, which is slowly but surely filling up with snapper. And just out there right now you can see it's an absolutely beautiful seascape. And if we just pan down here the other way, you can see that the motorhomers and the recreational boaties, the ramp is starting to fill up, the car park's starting to fill up, and the motorhomers are enjoying it as well. So Labour weekend here in Aotearoa, get out there and get amongst it. This is Damo from the Charter Connection Fishing Charters, the Good Vessel Diversity, and another top catch bait and tackle fishing report. Make sure you catch us on Facebook at Diversity-Fishing, and make sure you catch us on the interwebs at charterconnection.co.nz. And stay tuned for some very cool footage, and stay tuned for some very cool product and stuff that is coming out, because this season is going to be a bonanza season. Get out there and enjoy it.